Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Good evening and welcome to Hawken School for tonight's boys varsity football contest between the Perry Pirates and your Hawken Hawks. Hawken and Perry are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct in athletic competition and relations with member schools. In order to make tonight's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school, community, in a positive and respectful manner. That means follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, show courtesy and respect to your fellow fans, the officials, coaches, administrators, and of course the Perry and Hawken players. Let's make tonight's contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials assigned to this game have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials for tonight's contest are referee Gene Malusnik, umpire Bob Setyak, line judge Chris Fesco, headline Javon Snipes, back judge Tyler Starcher, and center judge Bob Avrilla.
So there are a lot of dumb people out there, or probably more drunk. So I don't know. That was like a long time ago. Yep, it worked. It worked for me. That's how I got the good things I wanted.
At this time, we ask all to please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of our national anthem.
Say the voice.
Welcome in, folks. Week 10 of high school football right here on CVC TV. The matchup tonight, a big one in the Chagrin Division, is on the line as the home Hawken Hawks take on the visiting Perry Pirates right here on ChagrinValleyConference.com. Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alfred with you, as always, on the call for tonight in AA. Two teams that have had fantastic regular seasons. Tonight, a big game, though, when you talk about seeding, you talk about a possible first-round bye in the playoffs with the new formats. So much to play for, even though it's Week 10 and both these teams have accomplished so much already.
I will tell you that we have looked forward to this matchup all month long. I mean, just the styles, just the talent. that's on this field that you're going to see here today. This is a big game. We talk all year long, Kyle, about how special Hawken, their season has been. Perry, of course, the standard of excellence throughout. So much in play here today.
So much on the line. You talk about the Pirates 7-2, 4-0 in the CVC Chagrin Division, coming off a 35-21 win at West G. What a game last week for the Jacksonville State commit. Of course, Donovan Moorhead. He had an unbelievable showing. That's the Hawken Hawks, actually, their game against Harvey. But Perry, still a solid win against West G, being able to do what they've been doing best now for the past half a season. They're on a nice 5-game win streak, averaging over 35 points per game, really finding their form now in the second half of the season, Double A.
Oh, it's been huge. And you're talking about Perry. They had a tough start to the schedule. We did the Kirkland game, and then you got Chardon right after. But they turned it around. And you think about, how many seniors was on Perry's team a year ago trying to learn how to get things accustomed, and they are on a roll. We had their game 2 weeks ago on a Thursday against Harvey where they just dominated on the field against Harvey. And if you're talking about comparable opponents, Hawken also faced Harvey last week. That was a bit more of a high-scoring affair.
And I pardon my miscommunication there. Yeah, Hawken Harvey, 49-46 last week. Donovan Moorhead threw for 423 yards and 6 touchdowns. Had Charlie Nell at 19 catches for over 270 yards and 3 scores. This offense is explosive. Coach Gasevich over in Perry talked about that with us a little bit and said, hey, look, it's going to come down to us having to score more points. Last year, that wasn't a problem. Perry came and beat Hawken 68-0 in their matchup last season. In fact, the Pirates have won the last 7 matchups between these two sides. Hawken trying to exercise some demons ahead of what's been a fantastic regular season as they look forward to a big postseason too.
Well, if Hawken wins today, they will snap Perry's 17-game CVC Chagrin Division win streak and win the CVC Chagrin Championship.
The Hawks going to kick it off to the Pirates. We're underway in Week 10. It's a low line drive kick going to be fielded by Perry at about the 35, and then it's going to be taken down around the 40-41 yard line. It's a short return. And I believe it was Justin Costello who got that ball on the short return, and now the Pirates and junior quarterback Nate Trefsker going to head onto the field for their opening possession. Double A. Mentioned a solid win against a good team in West G last week for the Pirates, trying to just keep stacking wins to end the season.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. Kind of see how things are going. He has asserted more confidence throughout the year since taking over the full-time starting quarterback role.
Happened the first few weeks of the season. Short handoff up the middle, near midfield, down a solid run. Right down the middle. Right there for Perry. It's 23 Carter Hopkins going to see his name called plenty of times tonight, as well as some mixture with their leading rusher too, Brody Petroselli.
And for those who are watching Perry and Hawken for the first time, Perry in the road white uniforms here today.
And normally they're wearing the red, but we're at Hawken today, so Hawken gets the home reds. Second and short on the way for Trefsker and company. And 7-2, and Double A mentioned 17-game Chagrin Division win streak for the Pirates. Another handoff on the inside. Hopkins going to get that first down, pushing forward past the 45 down to about the 44-yard line. Another 6 yards and a first down for the Pirates.
Yeah, we're seeing already kind of the game plan here. Hopkins, number 23, getting those carries. He is a junior, 6 foot even, 190 pounds. The line driving. This defense for Hawken is going to be a story here today. They're going to have to make some critical stops.
And Coach Nesevich says to beat these guys, we have to outscore them. This is a Hawken offense that's scoring 41 points per game this year. Tough task, but if anyone can do it, Perry could. Trefsker throws to the outside. That one's caught. Meckenbauer gets past the first down marker for a gain of about 12 yards, and he'll move the chains. Good early offense for Perry.
Yeah, and Trefsker, you talking about the kind of season Coach Guest was talking to him before the game. I asked him, how much is he, confidence-wise, throughout the year kind of stepping in. And he said, look, they actually operate practice where he doesn't call plays to coach. He wants to see Trefsker run the offense, what the plays he's comfortable with, and he has developed confidence throughout the year.
Remember, they started off with a 2-quarterback system this year with McCoy Richards and Trefsker. Handoff on an end around, trying to get some positive yards, and they will get pushed out to the 28-yard line. Solid short little run there from Costello.
And it's going to be critical for this defense, for the Hawks defense. You know, if they're going to, Perry's going to go side to side, you're going to have to lock in and be confident in your defensive responsibilities.
We've seen the athletes on full display for Perry multiple times. Same as Hawken this year. It's a third game for both this time in the CVC. Strefsker again showing that knowledge. Putting Hopkins now on his left hip. Second down. Low snap. It's on the ground. He picks it up. Strefsker in trouble. Going to roll out to the right side. He can move. Rolls, and he's going to throw. Taking a shot. He's got a receiver, and it's tipped down. Great coverage on the back end. He had an open receiver in the end zone, but the ball was underthrown. Strefsker was under pressure, and was great defense on the back end by Colby Batista, who knocked that ball down and saved a touchdown.
That was huge, and you see it there. First off, the fumble snap. Strefsker was able to get it back. I mean, I would say an impressive throw, but that was in danger of almost, and that was Tommy Wright.
I should say, yeah, Tommy Wright back there. Him and Batista kind of hang out in that secondary, make those plays. Big run down the left side, cutting back through and spun down inside the 10. What a run by Hopkins, who gets down all the way inside the 10. And a solid run of about nearly 20 yards.
I was going to say, seeing Hopkins, you know, really get the speed going, seal blocks on the outside, broken containment, great first down.
23 carries, over 30 yards for Hopkins on this opening drive. Maybe a pitch to the outside. Hopkins again cuts back inside, working his way through, lowering his shoulder, trying to get it. He still pushes through. No official word. They're going to say he's short. Just barely. Hopkins, long pitch to the outside, almost cut it back and got in. Second down and goal.
And almost got the reach in to get in the end zone. But if you're Perry, this is the right move. Go right back to the line.
Second and goal. I think it's going to be a keeper for Trefser. He works his way in, and they still have not. There it is. It came in late. So Trefser scores, and Perry gets on the board first with a quarterback sneak from a yard out.
Yeah, he was in within a millisecond. One Mississippi, he was in.
Late ruling there on the field, but Trefser essentially walked into the end zone and got tackled about 3 yards deep. So 6 early points for the Pirates. Opening drive touchdown for Perry.
They move right down the field. This is what they do.
Snap good, hold, kick on the way is up, and it is good. Score now 7-0. Perry on top of Hawken right here on CVC TV. And, of course, the presenting sponsor for us here on CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank our friends over at Greeny Sports Cards, the largest producer of sports card trading shows in Northeast Ohio with 5 locations and growing. Their next show, Friday, November 28th at the Woodside Event Center in Broadview Heights. It's their first ever Black Friday show. Of course, you can see all the shows online at greenysportscards.com. That's greenysportscards.com. Great start for the Pirates, double way to open the game.
Excellent start for them, and it nearly avoided disaster with the throw that was at center field. They kind of recovered there, and Hopkins, a lot of Hopkins running the football, and Perry off to a great start offensively.
So it's going to be Alex Lassinger. Tommy Wright back to return the kick here. Is now Hawken finds himself having to get some movement here. It's going to be a short kick taken in at the 20-yard line. Cutting to the outside. Solid return near the 40-yard line. Great return by Greenberg, who caught that short kick and made something out of it. Great starting field position for Donovan Moorhead and the Hawken Hawks offense.
Yeah, and don't look now, but Donovan Moorhead, number 12, stepping in. He's the tallest dude on the field. He is unreal. His arm strength is impressive. In all the games we have covered, he has not been touched. He's barely been touched in the backfield. The whole offensive line protection is huge.
This is the big key for Coach Gazovich and company they talked about, slowing down and getting pressure on number 12 in that red jersey. First down. Quick throw to the outside. That one's caught. Kene Obe, he'll work his way through, get past the 40 down to a 41-yard line, gain of about 4. Obe making some news this week, Double A. He decommitted from Harvard.
Yeah.
I don't imagine they get too many of those.
Yeah.
In the Ivy League, yeah.
I have to imagine he did not decommit due to academic standards.
No,
He
no.
is extremely smart.
I think they had a lot of those boxes for him, but hey, reopening the recruitment. Some MAC schools possibly in attendance tonight as well, taking in a couple different players maybe going to the MAC in this game. Second down. Moorhead looking, checks down, throws. That one is short, caught to Mallet, right near the first down marker, gain of 6. He might be just a half yard short.
Yeah, let's see kind of where he will be short, but where the forward progress is going to be, it's going to be really third and short for Mallet.
Here's the thing we talked about last week, 2AA, 19 catches for Charlie Mallet in the game last week against Harvey. I mean, just targets so much, and you still have guys like Tommy Wright. You have other guys that can make plays out there. Ken Aobe too, running and receiving. It's not just Mallet, but man, he puts on a show. Short handoff with the middle, and Aobe trying to work his way through. He gets stuffed at the 45-yard line. He may have lost a yard. So now a big fourth down decision for Coach Imarino and company.
This ain't really a decision. They're going to go for it. I mean, now I could be wrong. Again, Moorhead, I believe, can punt.
He is the certified punter too. If he can take another step or two back and punt it away if he doesn't like what he sees with the play call, but you got to know against this Perry team
you got to
in general.
outscore them shot for shot. You have to outscore them.
Yeah, if you're not going to be able to stop them, you got to score. And this is one of the teams in the area that can do it. Moorhead looks to pass. Going to go short. He's got a receiver. It's caught. It's a first down to the 45-yard line. Got 10. Mallet with a great catch and just sat right down and got the first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kyle, right on cue, talking about Charlie Mallet, just in the right spot. Great play call there. And, again, for this Perry defense, they're going to have to find a way to somehow, some way, get to Moorhead. But that's going to be a tough challenge.
He gets the ball out so quick, and when he doesn't, he's able to move in the pocket and make plays. There's a reason why he's going to Jacksonville State next fall. First down. Moorhead taking a shot. Right side, got a receiver, and it's out of the reach of Tommy Wright. Great route was open. Just a little bit of an overthrow from Moorhead. Second down on the way.
Yeah, they got a little bit of pressure up front for Perry defensively, and you got to keep doing that. Even though that wasn't a sack, you got to close the pocket for Moorhead and force him to speed up the process of his throws.
Already almost halfway through the first quarter, 7-0 to score. Perry on top of the Hawks. But Hawken driving on their opening possession. Moorhead alone in the shotgun. Looks to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Looking. He's going to run. Moorhead turns and he slides near the 36-yard line. Donovan Moorhead showing he's got some wheels, too. How about that?
I will say this selfishly. I hope some of the back coaches that are here are also watching Moorhead. Things can, I know you commit, but, things can happen. My goodness, what a talent. And he can run it. Trent Taylor, talking to number 0 for Perry. That's a Bowling Green commit, by the way. Almost had that pressure in the backfield.
Great job by Moorhead to step up, avoid the blitz on the outside, and get 9 yards. No open receivers. Third and short. Quick throw. It's Wright. Working the right side. Tommy Wright turns upfield. He should have the first down. Gain of about 5 yards, and Wright with his first catch moves the chains again for the Hawks.
Yeah, every time we've had this team and Tommy Wright, number 10, he always makes an impact. And we're talking, Charlie Mallet and Tommy Wright and many others. We've covered this Hawken team for years. They've been around forever. I mean, they've been starters, 3-4 year starters.
And some of these guys, talk about Mallet too, still a junior.
Yeah.
He was starting as a freshman making an impact, and he's still out there just seemingly getting better, which is kind of hard to believe when you think about the seasons that Mallet's put out there, as well as the other receivers in this group. Their first down. Moorhead under pressure, going to roll to his right. Throws, back foot, that's incomplete. Short of his intended receiver down the right sideline. Second down in the wave. That time Perry able to get some pressure.
But you know what? If you're a Perry fan, that's who you want to see in that backfield. 0 and 34. That's who you want to see consistently in the backfield. And again, it's a tough ask, but keep that pressure coming.
Yeah, Crowfoot and Taylor both having great seasons. And part of a trio that's combined for 17 sacks this year.
Amazing.
Which in high school, yeah, that's pretty good. If you're able to do it that much. Especially in this conference when you think about the running teams. Second down. Moorhead throws. That one's short. Caught And Wright got it and then got immediately pushed back 10 yards.
Yeah.
But the good news is forward progress gives them a gain of 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you turn around against Chase Savon and try to turn upfield, you're going to actually lose those yards.
Well, it's one of the things Coach Imarino said, too. The physicality of this Perry team has always seemingly presented a challenge, not even just for Hawken, but for most teams they play because of how physical the Pirates, just on both sides of the football, how they execute. So that's a big challenge now on a 3rd and about 6 on the 27-yard line of Perry. Moorhead again in the shotgun. Obey on his left hip. He'll take the snap. Moorhead looking to the right side. Throws. That ball's tipped, and it's incomplete. I think Taylor may have got a hand on that one.
Yep, and he has the size to do it. Again, just get the hands up. You got to find, again, every play, you got to impact the timing, the throwing routes of Moorhead, and it's tough because typically, Kyle, defensive lines don't match up in size with Moorhead.
Well,
this time it's different.
Well, Trent Taylor is 6'5" in his own right, too. He didn't get that hand up. I mean, 6'5" versus 6'6". Feels like an even ball game there. Timing going to be important. Another 4th down conversion attempt on the way. This could be a huge early point for the Hawken Hawks. Moorhead throws, sidearm. It's caught. Obey extended the ball. Did he get it? Well, they're marking that he did. Huge conversion. They needed 6. They got 7. And another 1st down for the Hawks.
I thought McIntyre had him. The open field tackle was a nice open field tackle, but again, a better throw. Obi, a great route inside there, slant. Getting the 1st down, the open space. There's a reason why multiple coaches want this young man on their football team.
Remember, he's now decommitted from Harvard, and he's essentially a free agent. We talk about
and seeing some of the teams that want him, I mean, that wow, okay.
On their radar for sure, making plays in this game now. 1st down and 10 at the 20. The Hawks, 2 4th down conversions on this drive. Moorhead, quick screen to the outside. That one's caught. Working through. Mala had nowhere to go, rather. He's still only 16. He probably can still grow. But
that's the scary part.
As someone who stopped growing at the age of 12, can you comment on that?
Hey, man. I want to thank our producer, Pete, for not putting the camera on us just now after that joke. That's cold-blooded, man.
Well, we're in the low 40s now.
Oh, yes, thanks.
2nd down and 10 on the way. Now it's 3rd catch of the drive. That one for no yards. Moorhead again in the shotgun. Looking to pass. Plenty of time now, going to roll out to his right, feeling the pressure. Moorhead taking a shot. Right, corner of the end zone, out of his reach, incomplete. Tell you what, Donovan Moorhead had good 4 to 5 seconds in the pocket, then rolled out to his right, and just no separation. Great coverage in the back end by Perry's DBs.
Yeah, you said it right there. The coverage was unreal, from these DBs. And oftentimes, you're watching football, you're like, how you got all that time. How can you not throw the football? Well, the DBs are locking in. You don't want to try to force something, and that's how you get an interception.
And now 3rd and 10, and they've already converted 2 4th downs on this drive, so you probably just want to get some positive yards on this play and give yourself a short down to gain distance, or you can just go for it. We'll see what happens. Holden with the carry. He's going to cut back left side. He got near that 1st down marker, Double A. I'll tell you what, I think he got it. He did. Exactly 10 yards for Obey, and he moves the chains.
You know what? You run that play knowing on the back of your mind you were going to go for it on 4th down if you were short. Amazingly, the play call worked out. The defense was spread out, and a great 1st down.
So just inside the 10 at the 9.5-yard line, it's 1st and goal as the Hawks have been able to respond so far. Can they get points on the board? Moorhead sends Obey into the flat. 1st and goal, pass outside. That's incomplete. Great pressure on the outside again from Perry. Moorhead's thrown the ball 12 times in the opening drive.
Yeah, that's going to be well into the 20s or 30s probably before halftime.
Oh, my goodness. We saw him throw 67 times in the game against Geneva, I believe. Just an amazing amount of throws.
But you know what, though? Perry, defensively, we've seen him against Harvey. They want to do their absolute best to contain and stop, the opposing team's best player. The problem is there are so many weapons across Hawkins' offense that you can't single in on one person.
Second and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. Mallett in motion. Moorhead throw short. That one is caught. Wright got it. Got maybe 3 to 4 yards on the catch. So it's up third and goal from around the 5 to 6 yard line.
I mean, the advantage of being tall. I mean, because from our angle here in the booth, it looked like he threw into a ton of traffic. And to be able to get the ball in the perfect spot to continue this drive has been amazing.
Yeah, so the ball can be placed officially at about the 7. So here we go, third down. And again, it's 4-down territory at this point. If you're the Hawks, you want to try and tie this ball game.
See if the linebackers crash in.
Moorhead looks to pass, throws, fade, back corner, no one there. Looked like Wright wanted to get a holding call on that. Didn't happen. That ball was about 5 to 8 yards over it, and it looks like maybe the field goal unit going to head out for Hawken here. Kind of a surprise.
Yeah, interesting call. You know what, though? You had an opportunity. You do want to come away with points in some way, shape, or form. You know, both teams obviously can kick the ball. So, I don't mind the call.
Well, they're going to line it up. Joey Skozen going to try and get 3 on the board here for the Hawks. Should be about a 25-yard field goal, give or take a yard or two. Snap good, hold on the way, kick is up, and it is good. So the score now 7-3. Hawken does get points on their opening drive with 1:52 to go here in this fourth quarter on CVC TV. Help transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company, family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio, specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing. They offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution. The defenses on both sides getting pressed a little bit in this first quarter AA, but Perry able to bend, not break, and only allow 3 points on that drive.
Yeah, and the thing that they're going to have a talk about was giving up, 2 fourth-down conversions. But you're right, though. You're ultimately getting that stop. That could be the difference. Now, defensively, Hawken has to do the same. And their defense, not as successful as Perry's defense throughout the season.
Well, Hawken's been up and down this year. They've had 4 games where they've allowed single digits, but they've also had 3 games where they've allowed 40-plus. Costello again working to the right side. He turns the corner. Costello past midfield. He works his way through, cutting back down inside the 40 to around the 37-yard line, it looks like. What a return right there by Costello, who just found the angle and made a play.
And that's the danger here. You're going to see the replay of some of the blocks that develop and get in the second level. That's the danger of that kind of kickoff. It can get you good field position. It's easier to block in those kicking lanes.
We've seen Costello make an impact in the receiver corps too, so if you're going to kick it away from somebody, you probably don't want to give it to any of those skill players for Perry, but strategically placed for that purpose. And Perry now with great field position on their second offensive possession. Trefsker going to hand. Inside, it's Hopkins. This time, gets maybe 2 yards on the carry.
Man, yeah, and you got to defensively, you got to lock in, keep that. You know, you talk about the good records for both of these teams. You know, Perry 7-2, their only 2 losses to Kirtland and Chardon. I'll tell you about Hawken here in a second with only 1 loss, but the specialty about that loss in the second.
Second and about 8. Roll out for Trefsker. He's going to throw. Back foot, open receiver. It's caught. Turning upfield, it's Richards. He's still going. Richards eventually gets torn down at the 10-yard line. Traxton Richards, 25 yards. Seems like every game we do, he makes a big play.
Man, I'm just ready to call him Big Game Traxton Richards, man. I mean, my goodness, just making big plays, and he's only a sophomore. He's going to be around this Perry team for a while now.
Yeah, he's good for 1 to 2 20-plus yard plays per game. Seemingly every time we see him, he does that, just with the speed and the ability to make plays in the open field. And he's hard to bring down. Still not the biggest guy yet. You mentioned just 5'8", 160, but shifty and just hard to tackle. First down, handoff to Petroselli. He's in the game now. And he's going to get torn down after maybe a gain of roughly 2 to 3 yards.
And just defensively, you got to keep locked in. If you're Hawken, who is 8-1 coming into this game, their only loss, actually technically, they have not lost the game in regulation. Their only loss was in overtime to Madison back in mid-September.
38-37 that game. A crazy ending. Gonna be a fake. Tresker looking to pass, throws, it's caught, turning upfield, it's in. Taylor gets in for 6. Scouted and recruited for the defense, but can make plays on offense too. Taylor in for the touchdown, and Perry now leads 13-3 right here on CVC TV.
This is the size that Bowling Green is getting in their program next year. My goodness. He is a special talent. It's been an honor to cover him all these years. And Trent Taylor getting in a great rollout too. Great play call. And Perry just with the quickness, got great field position on the kick return, in for the score.
6'5", 240 tight end. Great size, and of course, going to Bowling Green for the defensive end prowess as the extra point is up and it's good. But Taylor with that big touchdown catch. Perry responds to Hawkins' field goal with a touchdown and extra point of their own, and it's 14-3 right here on CVC TV. Hey, if you have an unwanted guest in your home, contact Alpha Animal Removal. They even specialize in the humane removal of things like bats. That's right, it's almost Halloween. Keep the bats as the trick-or-treaters, not inside your actual house. Hey, they'll also help seal your home to prevent any sort of animal entry. That's the bonus, too. And they'll clean, remove, and sanitize your attic and replace insulation after those animals have infested it. So if it's already happened, give them a call. If it hasn't happened yet, do yourself a favor. Get ahead of the curve here and make sure you get that call. It's getting cold out now. The animals are looking for warm places to stay. Make sure it's not your house. Again, go to alphaanimalremoval.com to solve your unwanted guest and, in some cases, your bat problem, too. Welcome back, folks. Started the second quarter here on CVC TV. The score 14-3. Perry on top of the Hawken Hawks here in Week 10. Final week of the high school football regular season here in the great state of Ohio. And Perry off to a fantastic start in the offensive end, passing and running, doing a little bit of both. Yeah,
they've been doing a great job. And let's also add special teams getting great field position on the previous drive. And that's, look, if you're asking Hawken to keep up scoring-wise, there's confidence you could do that, but Perry is so good, so talented.
We mentioned AA, 7 straight wins for the Pirates going into this game against the Hawks, dating back a few years now, and the mental side of knowing a team's had your number for a significant amount of time, how does that play into the Hawkins side of the field now, especially when you're facing a deficit early on?
Well, it's huge. You got to know how great your season has been and lock in.
We return by Lassinger. He'll get out to about the 15, 16-yard line. Not much there for Lassinger. Now the Hawks going to come back out on the field, and the field goal is going to be called into question now a little bit because of the score. Perry being able to march right down. You mentioned a good special teams, a good kick return, and then just a few offensive plays in for 7 more points.
And they converted 2 fourth downs in the previous drive.
You almost wondered if Coach Amarino's like, listen, I don't want to try my luck. We got 2.
I know, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough call. You do want to come away with points, which they did, and you have an opportunity to keep striking.
No, when you have 12 slinging the ball around you always feel like you have a chance to get points on the board. Quick pass to the outside. It's to Mallet. He's going to get torn down. Oh, my goodness. Savon was there almost immediately, and Mallet loses 2.
If you want a textbook definition of how to play that position, that safety position being called in to make the play on the open field, that's how you do it. You go in, you set your feet aggressively, you make the play, wrap up, and he did just that.
And you kind of almost expect Mallet to get 10 catches a game at this point, but if you can keep the yardage down, you might have an opportunity. Great closeout speed for Savon. Second down throw. Not much there again, but able to get some positive yards past the original line of scrimmage. Give him about roughly 4 to maybe 5, so third down and long on the way.
And I think you're right, Kyle. It's like, okay, you're going to have your guys, Hawken, get those top plays, but Perry's keeping everything in front, and they're attacking.
Well, right now, yeah, 5 catches, around 19 yards unofficially for Mallet in this first half. I mean, yeah, if he's going to catch the ball, that's fine. He's not going anywhere after. It's probably the mindset of Perry right now.
And that's why I have no problem. If you're Hawken, kind of challenge these DBs a little bit.
We take some shots. Never too early against this defense. Third down, quick throw to the outside. Going to be caught, turn to the corner, trying to get the first down. And he's going to be just short. Malik got to the outside and almost had it. They're going to be about a yard short, Double A.
You know what makes it tough to take that shot, though? In this play just now, Perry dropped their safeties. They dropped the safeties. The linebacker shifted over. So, man, you got your work cut out for you to try to get that first down. But again, the last drive, Hawken converted 2 fourth downs.
So they have the ability to do so. But remember, Moorhead can punt the football away, too, if he doesn't like what he sees. So we'll see what he does on 4th and short. Trying to get him off sides for a moment, taking some direction, and I believe timeout's going to be called here by Hawken and Coach Marino. A chance to talk this through. When you're this deep, remember the 2 fourth down conversions were past the 40-yard line. So when you're this far deep in your own territory, it is very, very difficult as a coach to try and make that call because you do not want to not get that conversion and give Perry another short field.
And remember that the previous drive started, I think, in Hawkins' 35, 36-yard line in that area. So you're right. I mean, if you don't get this, they're at the 24? Yeah, that's an automatic touchdown, basically.
But the other side of it is, too, Double A, do you really want to give the offensive Perry the ball back with the momentum they have and not have points on the board when they get it back?
Well, the one thing I'll say, both of these teams, they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to this is an opportunity to, you got to improve in certain areas. And you take this game in that route as well. Like, you're going to have, when you're facing playoff teams, you're going to have to trust your defense to make critical stops against other championship contenders.
Kind of considered this multiple wins against, playoff teams this year for Hawken, but this is kind of the standard bearer game as far as to prove a point and to, as I said before in the pregame, exercise some demons when it comes to how good Perry has been. 4th down, they're going to take a shot. Moorhead rolls to the right. He's still under pressure. He throws. It's short. It's incomplete. Couldn't bring it in. Moorhead extended the play as long as he could. Just couldn't get the ball in the hands of his receiver. And now the danger of these situations, Double A, as the offensive Perry going to come back out on the field on the 24-yard line of Hawken.
I thought they were going to have Mallet on the flat, but the defense has proven they can stop and contain in the flat as well, but cut back inside. And, yeah, it's just a tough play. These DBs for Perry are making these receivers work every play.
That's something that Coach Marino said. We have to win our one-on-ones. That's crucial for us. If we can do that, we'll feel pretty good. And so far, they've been able to make some completions, but not for a lot of yardage. Not a lot going on in the passing game. And now, Perry with an opportunity to extend this. Hopkins carry, middle, lowering his shoulder, physical run from Carter Hopkins down to about the 20, give him about 4.
I was going to say, right now, Carter Hopkins is in the very, very, very early running for player of the game right now. Perry can hold on because this running attack has been flawless right now for the Pirates.
5 carries unofficially, 44 yards for Hopkins early on. Remember, Trefsker's got the touchdown pass and the QB sneak touchdown. So he's responsible for both scores, but Hopkins got him in pretty good shape for both of those.
And you can see Tresker, like Coach talked about, more confident running this offense.
He's audibling, he's flipping plays, he's able to recognize the defense, and it shows. Pass, middle, receiver, open. Did he catch it? He did. Savant caught it down at the 1-yard line. Oh, he almost got in. A 19-yard completion. What a throw and catch to the outside. And
what a play! What a catch!
Oh.
I mean, he had to go behind him. The ball was behind him. He reached back to make that play. That's a difficult catch to make, and he did just that.
Great catch by Chase Savant. Sets up a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Perry knocking on the door again for another score. Tresker going to lower his shoulder and go in again, and he will score. And he stood up into the end zone, so there's the delay on the ruling. Maybe there's some fog down there I'm not seeing. Nevertheless,
Did that happen last time?
No.
Okay.
Pirates on top now, 20-3 after Tresker gets in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the first half.
That catch was still amazing by Savant. That's an amazing catch.
It came back to the ball and almost caught it falling down. And tell you what, he was a yard away from making that a touchdown catch too. Snap good, hold, kick on the way. It is up and it is good. 21-3 with 9:08 to go in this first half.
Yeah, let's watch here. I believe this is
that was the kick.
You know what, though? That look is oh, man, the kick went through. Sometimes you're almost hopeless there as a special teamer.
It could be very demoralizing as a team when you feel like you have momentum, you have all the players in place, you've had the season. You say to yourself, this is the year we could take a team like Perry to the limit and maybe beat them. Got them at home late in the season. All this momentum. Both teams riding win streaks coming into tonight, and just Perry came out and just punched them in the mouth.
Yep, but it's still early. You still got to lock in. And that's the mentality. Again, we talk every week about the first battle is between the ears, right? How much do you believe? Where's your leadership going to be? And some of these coaches who's watching Obi and watching some of these other players, that's what they want to see. Not just the score, but how do they react when they are facing adversity? How can they lead men or young adults in this case on the field?
Now, right now, 21-3. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first half. It's been all Perry. Line drive, low kick. That ball is going to go out of bounds. So
that's a good sign for Hawken, getting that good field position.
Yep, they'll get that ball at the 35-yard line. That's where they will start. So a little more space this time around.
Yeah, definitely. And then you got to obviously take advantage. I would like to see. Yeah, Obi's being a great leader, encouraging his teammates. He's number 0. And we talked about before, he decommitted from Harvard. He's communicating with his guys before Donovan Moorhead, number 12, comes in. How about a big shot down the field, play 1?
I feel like you need to take a chance here, especially down 18 in this second half, or this first half of their second quarter. I mean, this is an opportunity maybe as, circle 10, if you're thinking about it too. And obviously Mallett's kind of more the short guy as Obed gets the carry. He turns upfield. Look at that, turning his legs, getting a first down run of 11. Kene Obed showing he's got toughness, and he moves the chains. Remember that first carry is for negative yards. He took that to heart. He's had 2 first down runs since.
Yeah, he ran the ball like he knew he was getting the football, just with the confidence and the offense spread out this Perry defense. That's probably the highest point where you can have success, against this Perry defense. But yeah, great run up the gut, getting the first down.
Something to note too is Coach Amarino told us before the game, hey, I'm impressed with the roster size we've been able to do. Remember, they only dress about 27 kids per game. Size of school important, and they've still been able to play some fantastic football. First down, Moorhead throws. That one's incomplete. It went off of Savon. I think maybe he thought that it was going to be a little ahead of him. If Savon tries to catch that ball, he may be able just to put his hands next to his chest and pull it in.
Yeah, that's a tough play, definitely. Savon doing a great job defensively.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Guarding Tommy right over the middle. Second down on the way, and again, Moorhead unofficially 11 of 19 for 49 yards. This is, if Perry could draw up how to manage Moorhead's arm in the game plan, they've done a pretty good job at this point.
Keep an eye, though, again, up front. The Perry defensive line has been getting pressure in the backfield.
Second down. Moorhead takes the snap. They have time. Pump fakes. He is going to throw the ball late. It's going to go over the head of right down the top of your screen at the sideline. That's going to be third down. Moorhead still found a way to get rid of that ball. And most times, coach would say just take the sack, but Moorhead was able to get that arm free and look and make sure he can get the ball over the head of his receivers and the DBs.
He did, but I'll tell you what, he's not going to get away with that much longer against his DB. But again, the DBs did a great job against these receivers. Just locking in, nowhere to throw the ball to.
And third down and 10. Remember, this essentially now is 4-down territory for this Hawken club. Because you're near midfield, you feel comfortable maybe going for it on fourth if you can get a few yards here. That ball tipped, it's up in the air, and it's incomplete.
That was a near house drill.
Oh, my goodness. Crowfoot got his hand on the football, and that would have been, doomsday right there if Perry was able to return that one.
Yeah, I think Krantz almost had a straight sideline run to the end zone.
He had a lane. There was nobody in front of him. It would have been 40 yards, and it would have went by really fast.
You practice that all the time defensively, getting the ball up, tip, and taking it from there.
Yeah, now Moorhead going to step back, and I imagine a punt's coming, and he will. And it's blocked! It's blocked! Crowfoot blocked it. And it won't matter even if they recover it, because it's going to be a turnover on downs. Unbelievable. Perry blocks the punt. Moorhead takes that step or two back. Perry reads it out because they had a normal defense out there with some pressure designed, and another short field. Ball going to be the 30-yard line of Hawken for the Pirates. A chance to really pull away here early.
Amazing, amazing play on special teams for Perry. Like you just said, it was fourth down anyway. It was, it's going to be Perry ball, but man, what a turn of events. This special teams has really, really stepped up today.
An impressive block. We talked about both of them. Carter Crowfoot, Trent Taylor making plays. Taylor on both sides of the ball here in this game so far, and Crowfoot on defense has been fantastic. You may see him get some run too at some point.
He knows who's here. Watch him. He better make plays.
Maybe a throw from Richards, taking a shot. Right sideline, it's caught, and it's in. Touchdown. Traxton Richards to Meckenbauer for 6 more.
Big game Traxton again.
Oh, my goodness.
Big game Traxton Richards.
Start asking what he can't do at this point.
I mean, and that's a perfect football throw. I mean, my goodness, what a play.
Well, it runs in the family.
Yeah, it does.
They're all athletes in the Richards household, and there it is, 31-yard touchdown pass to Meckenbauer, who's had a great year in his own right. Oh, my goodness.
Amazing, amazing.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So the score now 28-3. Bless you, partner, right here on CVC TV. The Pirates.
I felt like I was blessed after seeing that play there.
My goodness, what an amazing job. And speaking of jobs, if you want one, maybe in something like this, you can break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media with the Ohio Media School in Cleveland. It offers hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. Their real-world approach, taught by industry professionals, ensures your job ready in about 8 months. Located conveniently over in Valley View, their Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. Visit beonair.com to start your journey today. That's beonair.com.
If you're a Hawken fan, if you see that score, it's 28-3. If you remember a certain quarterback back in the day who came back from a 28-3 deficit.
Okay.
I was trying to speak something to existence.
You're not going to bring up a Patriot Falcon reference from like 2016.
It happened. I mean, with the score.
There are some kids out here listening possibly to this that have no idea what you're talking about. So
that is so sad.
Takes a good one inside the 15. That's Wright who turns upfield and gets near the 30-yard line and gets out of bounds. Now all bets are off for Hawken, right? They have to take some shots here.
Yes, they do. And the shots have to, but the receivers have to find a way consistently to get separation from the DBs. I think the DBs have been outstanding for Perry in this game, and that's why Moorhead has held on to the ball more than normal here. So, Tommy Wright, Charlie Mallett, all these guys, they're going to have to find a way to get away from these DBs and get themselves open.
The first down at the 28-yard line is where they mark the ball. Mallett in motion, going to be a handoff to Obey up the middle. He's able to lower his shoulder and get to about the 31, maybe 32. So give Kene Obey about a gain of 3 to 4.
Hey, yeah, did a great job there, but Crowfoot did a great job getting off his blocker to make the play defensively.
4 carries, 24 yards for Obey in this first half. He's got a couple of catches, too. Almost wonder if you kind of maybe alter your game plan a little bit, try to run a little more because he's been getting some good yards, especially at the middle of that defense.
Just find a way to get him the football.
And, of course, they're in the spread. 5 wide. Moorhead, time, going to throw. Throws it up, and it's incomplete. Went for Greenberg and just a little bit out of rhythm on the pass, a little high. 3rd down on the way.
And I know that's a little high, but that's a tough football to place, too. Like, the defenders were in the right spot. And, again, the story of this first half is these DBs locking down these receivers. Moorhead has to go to his third, fourth, fifth option.
So Greenberg, the junior, not able to pull that one in. So 3rd down and 7 on the way, and this is do or die time for Hawken. I know there's 7 minutes to go in this first half, but Perry's offense has been unstoppable with the short fields and just getting points on the board. Moorhead pressure, hits as he throws. That one's caught. Mallet turns upfield, gets the first down. 43-yard line, 11 yards to Charlie Mallet. That looked more like Hawken football.
Biggest play of the game for this Hawken offense, and again, Moorhead being able to make that play while getting hit there, and Charlie Mallet right there to get open and make the catch.
And Mallet's got 7 catches in this first half, and if I told you that and didn't tell you the yardage, you'd assume he probably, maybe he's got close to 100 yards, whatever it is. No, 36. And that was his longest catch of the game for 11 yards. Great job by Perry defense to keep him at bay, despite those 7 receptions. Nevertheless, Hawken trying to right the ship here. Moorhead in motion. Looking, going to step up. Throw short. That one's caught on the back end. It's Obe. Ball comes out, but Obe falls on it immediately. So collectively holding their breath on this side of the field, but Obe able to catch, run, get near 6 yards.
That was close. That was really close, getting that yardage. But you know what? I thought Moorhead did a great job, though, again, setting his feet still, going through his progressions on the run. That's a tough play to make, and able to get that completion.
Yeah, but obviously rolling out to the right to try and negate some of that pressure.
To throw across body.
Yeah, on his check down and still get a positive gain of 6 yards on that completion. Impressive. A quick pass to the outside. White was not looking for it. The ball bounced up and incomplete. His right cut out to the outside was open, had a chance to turn and catch and make the first down, but just wasn't expecting the ball that quickly, and now 3rd down on the way.
There's going to be a football league out here one day that is going to allow bounce passes as eligible catches. It's going to happen one of these days.
Oh, sometimes you just say things, man.
We're on Rock Entertainment. Hey, you
can catch the bounce passes in January when we're doing the basketball games, right? Yeah, for now we're going to stick to completing it through the air. And you know what? Donovan does a great job with that. Nevertheless, most times Perry's defense making it tough, though. Patch, that one caught. Oh, my goodness. Wright got just to the other side of midfield. He bobbled the catch, but was able to pull it in. Forward progress, going to leave him about a yard, maybe 2 short.
But unfortunately, fortunately, if you're a Perry fan, the bobble allowed the defender to make that play just enough because Wright was on the run there on the drag. But, yeah, that bobble made a difference.
This just kind of seems like Hawken's offense hasn't been able to build enough momentum, especially after that first drive, settling for the 3 points. Since then, it just hasn't been going their way, but a chance here to try and turn the tide. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Moorhead in that shotgun, looking to pass. Time to throw. Moorhead throws. That one is intercepted! It's intercepted! Hopkins took it the distance. Touchdown! Carter Hopkins read it perfectly, and Perry with another touchdown. This time the defense scores.
Hopkins is having an unbelievable game on both sides of the ball, and the defense is locking in. Moorhead cannot get to his first option at all tonight. And, you're right. Hopkins read it all the way, read the eyes of the quarterback, and took it to the house.
Unbelievable. Donovan Moorhead came into the game having only thrown 3 interceptions all season. Granted, 2 were last week, but he threw the ball 45 times in that win against Harvey. And he also had 6 touchdowns in that game. Tonight, he's barely completed 50% of his passes, and now has thrown an interception. Returned for a touchdown. Perry, with the extra point, that is good, leads 35-3 right here on CVC TV.
Defensive plays, defensive score, and then, of course, getting some looks on special teams. And I'll tell you what, this Perry team, they're locked in the entire way.
It's been phenomenal. They've been able to have the freedom to do things like we saw on the last offensive drive where Traxton Richards can get that end-around pass for a 31-yard touchdown. You're seeing the ability when you have leads with good teams to utilize your players in different ways that maybe you've practiced but haven't really had a chance to execute yet in a game like this.
Yeah, and it makes it tough because coming into today's game, Perry is the top team, the top seed, according to Joe Idle, the top seed in Division 4, Region 13. Perry's around. So this is a tough matchup here if you're Hawken, and a big step up in competition.
It's a game circled, and I know both coaches say, hey, one game at a time, but it's in the back of your mind, I'm sure. It's tough not to think about it in the way that Perry's been able to dominate this game for so long. Messenger trying to pick that one up, and he does. Turns upfield and gets torn down. Eventually, near the 25-yard line.
We want to take this time tonight. We're going to continue our CVC TV coverage with the playoffs for the next couple weeks. But tonight is our last regular season broadcast on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network and the 19 News Plus app. We want to thank everyone from the Cavaliers and Channel 19 and, of course, Commissioner Don Lewis, everyone for putting that whole deal together. It's been an unbelievable year to have these games on Rock Entertainment.
I know you're going to meet with the OHSAA to try and make it possible to bounce pass in football.
I will.
Carry for Kene Obe out the middle. He got maybe about 3 to 4 yards on that carry.
You think I'm joking? I have a hotline number. They know my name up there at the office Saturday morning.
Do me a favor. Don't give me that number.
You don't want their emails?
Nope. No, believe me, we'll start talking about the shot clock come next month, and I'm going to have a lot to say about that.
Boy, I got thoughts on that. Can't wait for our basketball coverage.
Second down for the Hawks.
5-minute offense. 8-minute quarter.
Here we go. Moorhead throws middle. That one incomplete. Could not bring it in.
And Hawkins lucky that was just incomplete and not a catch and fumble. But it's been that kind of night.
And just the ball just not finding its way into receivers' hands for first downs. It's been, since that first drive, just tough sledding.
You know what? Like, if you didn't know any better, I still remember when it was 7-3, and Hawken was driving down the field, and, they kicked the field goal, made it 7-3. They had that long drive, and it seemed like in a blink of an eye, you have this score right now.
It's crazy to think about. Perry offense, that's what happens. Short fields, making plays. The one time they had a kick return, you mentioned after that 7-3 score, brought them down the 37-yard line. This one thrown, that one is caught.
Incomplete.
No, he dropped it.
Incomplete.
Wow, Malik could not bring it in. Richards on the back end able to maybe jar that ball loose at the last second. So 4th down, and now Donovan Moore had 14 of 29 tonight. And came in completing 73% of his passes.
But unfortunately, though, a couple of those were just drops. I mean, the ball was placed in the right spot, and,
Yeah. Now they're going to give him plenty of room to punt this one away. Last one was blocked. And Richards back to return. It's going to be a short punt near the sideline. That one won't get to midfield. It's another short field coming up for the Pirates with 3:36 to go in the game. And again, we were shocked last year, too, Double A, with the score in that game. Remember, it was 68-0. Perry won. And even today, kind of surprising to see this just because of the offense we know that Hawken possesses. Playing in a Division up 2 in Division 3, you expect a little more. But you mentioned Perry. This is a team that won the state championship 2 seasons ago. The pedigree is on another level. Hawken wants to get there. But this is one of the big giants of the CVC to try and take down.
Yeah, you need this game to basically take that step. I mean, sometimes you have that in sports where you have a great season, you just run into the juggernaut. You got to find a way to overcome that.
First down. Handoff. Petroselli. Inside the 35, maybe down to the 34, 33-yard line. So only Petroselli's second carry of the game. Came in a little banged up.
You know what's crazy? I don't have the time of possession numbers, but it seems like Hawkins had the ball for most of this first half, but just, the turnovers and then the short field, Perry is just scoring quickly.
They haven't had to go very far to make those plays. 2nd and 6, 3 minutes to go in this first half. Pirates nursing a 32-point lead and looking for more. The pass rolling out to the right. Trafsker looking. He's got pressure, trying to work his way around the corner, and he gets torn out of bounds. They're marking him down around. He actually went forward a little bit, the line judge did, but now he's back to the 36-yard line, so he'll lose 2. So now he has the beautiful stat line rushing of 3 carries for no yards and 2 touchdowns.
How do you score that?
Just like that.
Uh-huh, yes.
And then you don't ask questions afterwards. 3rd down for Perry. Trafsker rolls out to his left, looking, got to throw against his body. He takes a shot.
That's up for grabs.
It is. It's up, and it is. Incomplete. It was a jump ball. A couple linemen down. For Hawken, they're able to get up, and it's going to be 4th down.
Best defensive play of the game. If you're a Hawks fan, I mean, that forcing pressure from the quarterback, and then, that jump ball. And, it's fine, too. Knock it down. Knock the ball down. You don't want any silliness. Knock the ball down. Go from there.
All right, well, Trafsker and company, they're going to go for it. 4th and 9. From the 36-yard line. Kind of in between land about kicking a field goal or maybe a little bit too far, especially in this weather, so you just go for this one here. Trafsker throws, middle, receiver open, it's caught, it's Richards. He's still rolling his way through. Richards down inside the 5-yard line. Traxton Richards again with a fantastic play.
Yeah, and great blocking all day, and a strong throw and catch. Great play for Perry.
Ball going to get marked down at about the 4-yard line. Unbelievable play for Traxton Richards, 31 yards. 1st down and goal again for the Perry offense. 2 minutes to go. Keeper. Trafsker looking right side. And he's going to throw the ball over the head of his intended receiver out of bounds. Incomplete.
That's a veteran play there by the quarterback. That's a veteran play. Looking for something that possibly is there in that short field. You don't want to turn the ball over. You're up by this much. Look to fight another play.
Talk about the game Traxton Richards is having defensively on the back end, playing well, receiving the ball, throwing a touchdown pass, doing a little bit of everything. We talked about this before. When you see the ATH next to someone's name.
Yeah, right, athlete.
Yeah, you know they can do a
Just
little bit of
give them
everything.
the football, yes.
Yeah. 2nd down now. He pitch out to Hopkins. He's got room left side, and he's in. Carter Hopkins able to get into the end zone. Believe it or not, his first touchdown run of the game.
Amazing.
It's been Trafsker. We got a couple quarterback sneaks into the end zone, but this time Hopkins goes through.
And I believe his first offensive touchdown because he had the pick.
Yeah. Got the interception return for a touchdown on defense. Now gets in on the offensive end, and it's 41-3. Perry on top of Hawken.
Man, Perry, we want to talk about a team that's like locked in. Pirates, they're locked in.
Holden Christinger going to line up the extra point. On the way up, and it is good. 42-3 right here on CVC TV. The Pirates on top of the Hawks with 1:54 to go in this first half. AA, I think we expected both teams to score.
Oh, you got scoring.
But every time we have this kind of game with Perry, remember we covered the game against Harvey a few weeks ago where we thought, hey, it's going to be an offensive battle, and the Pirates were just able to enforce their will in that game. Held Sean Alston to 56 yards or so of offense, and there was not much there. They just managed to show, and they're showing out in front of some very important people on the sideline.
Yeah, there he is. That is Bowling Green head football coach Eddie George there on the field. My goodness, what he is doing for the BG program, and he is here in attendance watching this Perry Hawken contest here on CVC TV and the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Trying to turn around those Falcons out there that have been kind of meandering around the MAC for a little while. Got a great head coach now, trying to make some moves.
Hey, you know what? As a BG alum, we are. He's doing some good things. Got a big game tomorrow against Kent State.
Favored to win that game. As that ball is taken at about the 10. Tommy Wright will get it out of bounds just past the 25 before the 30-yard line. I mentioned BG, of course. Trent Taylor heading over to Bowling Green. And possibly Kenny Obey thinking about maybe coming a little closer to home after decommitting from Harvard.
Possibly.
Eddie George maybe trying to nudge him in the right direction over to the orange. Is it orange and brown? Is that what it is in Bowling Green, or is it orange and black?
Orange and brown.
Yeah.
But, the Falcon orange, we have that. That's, Isaac Zumba. We got that.
Is that a workout?
No, that's what I hear every time I pay my student loans.
You said Zumba, and I thought we were about to break out the Pilates mats.
Yes.
First down, incomplete pass, looking over the middle. Was trying to take a shot there for Kevin Oster. He couldn't bring that ball in.
Well, you know what, though? This is a wake-up call, obviously, for Hawken. You have more football coming up, though. Like, that's the good thing, like, how well they have played this season. So, get to do what you can here, get to halftime, and just find a way to lock in.
Second down and long, minute 48 to go in this first half. The Hawks trying to get something going on offense. Moorhead going to set, throw, middle. That one is caught. Tough catch from Greenberg. He was able to get a positive gain, his first of the game, getting him about 7.
Great ball placement, too, by Moorhead. And that's what he does best. He's able to place the ball where it needs to be. Just overall, though, chemistry-wise, it's been a tough night.
Just some drops, some timing issues. Give a lot of credit to Perry's defense. They've been able to ruffle the feathers of Moorhead. Still haven't registered a sack, but they had an interception return for a touchdown. The offense has done their part.
And multiple QB pressures.
Yeah, and forcing him to move around even with time. And the secondary playing fantastic. Just forcing Moorhead to hold on to it longer than he wants. Quick throw outside. That one is caught. A throw and catch. This time he gets it to Oster. That's going to move the chains.
And maybe some of these other guys are going to have to step up as well. Again, you got under a minute to go. Make something happen here. Get into halftime.
15-yard completion. Moorhead again looking, throwing. That one incomplete. There's the pass interference they wanted earlier. Ashburn hit Mallet before the ball was there.
Yeah, that's an easy call to make. A lot of physicality there. And the DBs have been able to be physical throughout the game without causing a penalty, but that was obvious in front of 2 refs to make that play, and a gift there for Hawken.
Yep, so they're going to move that football down the field. 43 seconds to go.
Should be officially a holding.
Yeah, so 31-yard line is where the ball will be placed. So Eddie George going to get an up-close and personal look at Kene Obe here, too, as well as his recruit Trent Taylor in the defensive end.
I mean, how can you miss Trent Taylor? Numbers, actually.
Well, it's nice when he plays right in front of you. Well, you could see him anywhere on the field. But.
Yeah, if you're a Bowling Green fan, you're watching number 0. Which one? Both.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not kidding.
The best part is going to be them fighting over possibly who gets to wear that when they go over to Bowling Green
that
this year.
That is very true.
If Kene decides to choose the MAC and go Bowling Green route. Again, I'd like to think he has plenty of options, and Coach Amarino confirming that. He's got plenty of schools interested. Bowling Green just one of them.
As he should. He is an unbelievable talent. We've been able to watch him. Multiple sports have been able to watch him, and he's a great leader. I've seen him lead this team, even being down by this much, encouraging his teammates, staying locked in, being that guy, and that's what coaches want to see, even when the game is not going their way. Are you still that leader on the field? Are you still encouraging your teammates to keep their head up and be locked in? And he has done just that from what we're seeing here in the booth.
Just trying to keep those spirits up and just get some points on the board here before the half comes to an end. It's currently a 39-point Perry Pirates lead. But a first down on the 32-yard line of Perry for Hawken as they try to get into the end zone for the first time. Remember, Hawken will receive the third quarter kickoff as well, so they like to double down and get a couple scores here. Moorhead takes a snap, looks to his right, now back to his left, and he rolls out. Shot, Moorhead, sideline, up, almost intercepted. Savon came in left. He threw a jump ball to Mallet here on the sideline. And, yeah, it's shot-taking time. And Moorhead decided to take one, but that was very close.
Well, and this defense is making it tough. I knew it was going to be tough, too, because safety started dropping back as soon as the play started. You know, they're not giving up anything behind them. So that makes it tough.
Because he has so many people on his back, you almost wondered if Moore could take off in those moments and get some yards on the ground. Hand off, Obey, right side. He turns the corner. Obey cuts back inside, torn down to the 10-yard line. And they're going to move here. Down to the 9. 23 yards for Kene Obey. He's got 51 rushing yards on the game. He spiked the ball down, Donovan Moorhead did.
I mean, really run, and great blocking, too, to set that run up. And just running hard. And that's what he does best. He runs the ball very, very hard. And
did it in front of another great running back, too.
The set of eyes, that's very important. But also to do it in front of your teammates and to do it, you know, reward your offensive line. Got 27 seconds to get in the end zone.
Had a couple timeouts to play with, too. They wanted to get that clock stopped for time here. Second and goal. Moorhead looking to pass. Sets, throws, middle. That one is incomplete. Well, they said, the line judge said incomplete.
And it should be an incomplete
pass.
And
it was an incomplete pass. It was not completed. Wright got hit as soon as he touched the ball. It was great coverage by Perry.
Well, and Jimmy Ashburn almost intercepted the ball, too. Number 9 tonight. That's his normal number. When we had him against Harvey, we learned pretty quickly into the game he was actually number 32, but today he's number 9.
Logan Tessier got some great calls in that game.
Yes, he did.
In the first quarter and some change. Young man doing some special teams work. Third down, Hawken throws. That one almost intercepted. Savon is not happy with himself there as he read that perfectly on the outside to Mallet. And fourth down on the way. Dangerous throw double A.
That's because Savon knew he had a house call.
Oh, my goodness.
He saw all green of the scoreboard.
Nobody there because, again, Mallet was on the outside.
Watch the replay and just get right in front. Actually, Mallet played a little bit of defense, perhaps getting his hand in there to prevent the interception.
It just feels like the offense, even when they've been able to get yardage here, if it hasn't been an Obey big run, they haven't been able to do really much of anything in the pass game, and they've thrown the ball 36 times in this first half. And now fourth down and goal. Moorhead going to take a shot again inside. No, and there the ball is short. Try to get it to Mallet, and the ball bounces on the turf. No bounce passes here, double A. It's turnover on downs again.
No bounce passes allowed.
Don't sound so dejected.
I kind of was. I want that rule to pass, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Great defense. I mean, just second time today in the red zone getting the key stop defensively. And it's been huge. And I don't know what teams do in this situation. You're up big. It's 16 seconds.
And you got to think, too, Perry not going to touch the ball on offense for the first part, but it'll be a handoff.
Don't give it up.
Left side, yeah. Hopkins turned upfield and got a solid gain.
Again, the clock briefly stops for the chains to move until the ball is placed.
14-yard run there by Hopkins. He's got unofficially 62 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown and had that 51-yard interception return. And that is how the first half ends. They let the clock run down. The score 42-3 right here on CVC TV. Perry on top of Hawken. Double, your thoughts on that first half?
Perry dominated. I mean, from all phases, they had short field throughout the first half, the special teams and stuff. And, offensively, they locked in. What's most impressive about Perry, every time you watch him play, defensively, they go in with the intent of stopping the offense's best player. And we thought coming into this game, Kyle, Hawken and spread offensively throughout, but Mallet hasn't been himself. Tommy Wright hasn't been himself. Donovan Moorhead, I can't believe I'm saying this. There's been some high snaps. He hasn't been himself today. And you can use Obi, but, you know, you can only run the ball so many times with this deficit. It's happened quick.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Moorhead so far in this first half. He's just 16 of 37 for 91 yards, and the interception that was returned for a touchdown by Carter Hopkins, who had a big first half in his own right on the Perry side, over 60 yards rushing and a score. Okay, Nate Trefsker looking comfortable as the starting quarterback as the junior took over.
And that's the other big key is that this young quarterback, and Coach Gessler's talked about, like, you know, inserting himself into this offense, being comfortable running this offense. And we have seen even from the last couple of weeks how much he has improved, how much command he has of this offense, and he is clicking right now for this Perry team.
We'll get 42-3 the halftime score. We're going to take a break, obviously let the bands do their thing. Double A is going to run onto the field and try and get a picture with Eddie George, and we'll have the second half right after this.
And now, here they come, the pride of the Pirates, the Perry High School Marching Band. Tonight, we honor our seniors, the leaders, role models, and friends who have shaped the band and left their mark on our program. For their final show, they've chosen the songs that speak to them. We kick off with the anthem by Good Charlotte, released in 2003. This pop emo favorite is all about carving your own path and refusing to blend into the crowd. It's rebellious, it's loud, and it's a reminder that you don't have to live the way anyone else tells you. It's the perfect way to open our show, bold, fearless, and full of energy. Next up is Mr. Blue Sky, the feel-good hit from the Electric Light Orchestra's 1977 album, Out of the Blue.
Known for its bright harmonies and joyful lyrics, it's a song about better days after the storm has passed. Chosen by our seniors, it's a celebration of friendship, laugh, and memories they've made. And it's a reminder to always look for the sunshine ahead. Get Your Love by Redthorn, the 1974 classic that still making rounds today and making you smile. Its funky groove and timeless message of joy makes it perfect send-off. For our seniors, it's an invitation to love fully, love deeply, and chase whatever makes your heart sing. It's their way of saying thank you, goodbye, with music that makes you just want to dance.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
I know that. Reality says, especially in halftime,
they are in the jumbo right now. How are they going to get themselves in the right mindset to get out of the jumbo?
Yeah, that would be it. Mom. Trevor and chasing Trevor, Mom. Said I can get one thing. I told her I already got food. She said it was okay. Not with their money. Yeah. They gave Trevor his credit card. I did. And I'm not still.
Oh, that reminds me.
I need to tell her now.
Tell Dave that Zach had
Thank you. Oh no, you talked about it. So yeah, Monday. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you're on it.
They're at A. They're right now at A. B is 50 points. How are they going to do it? Is it?
I'm not going to play big. I was not trying to. I would like to.
Is We're in a big hole and we're find a way to dig it without getting up in the I mean, you know, and unless, some of it's out of your control.
But then
But, you know, if you get enough fumbles and you get enough other stuff, yeah, it's the same. Chances are, if they play safe, we could get because we've got each other. And the quarterback's
and
not
then there was
playing.
something he said he also heard. This is really stacked against us. Well, no, Tanner not. No, I have a hotel. Yeah, he went to They do have giant. They do have
Once they're off campus, you're not going
so there is.
I thought that's where you were going. There was like an empty net.
I don't know why.
The problem is too once you establish that.
Too far away.
I thought we were like making it.
Look, I just
We
wake
want to
up.
be closer to touchdown.
And my work. He's like, which we didn't hear.
And plus her thing, her mom was a novel.
Softball, baseball players, softball players.
Halftime here. Again, in officially Chesterland, we had the
We
debate.
had a
Yeah.
discussion. Is it Chesterland or Gates Mills?
Yeah.
I think we're in Chesterland.
We're on the front porch of Gates Mills, but technically we're in Chesterland, folks. And we're happy you're with us at halftime. The score again, 42-3. Here, Perry leading Hawken Week 10, our final game of the regular season here on CVC TV. And want to, of course, bring up something that's important to us and could be important to you too. We have our friends over at Alpha Animal Removal. Here, us mention them throughout the game, throughout the games all season long, essentially too. And the importance it is for what they do for folks across Northeast Ohio, because we know, especially during these months when the temperature starts to drop, it's in the low 40s tonight. We're seeing that little critters can find their way into your space, into your home, and even bats, which, believe it or not, is a real thing that happens. Alpha Animal Removal, they have you covered if it's already happened, or if you're trying to be preventative, they have your back.
Yeah, they will safely remove the bats, whatever it may. If they show up at your home or business, they will safely remove it and then fill up the holes where they come from so they don't come back. Alpha Animal Removal, they're top-notch here in Northeast Ohio. They take care of everything you need for your home and business to be protected. And, you know, they don't just kill the bats, you know, and that's just that. Like, they remove them safely, you know, so you're all set and ready to go. AlphaAnimalRemoval.com. That's alpha-animal-removal.com. AlphaAnimalRemoval.com. That's how you can get in contact with our friends over there. They do a great job. We talked about them all season long, Kyle, and so excited to have them as one of our sponsors here on CVC TV.
Yeah, you know, I'm okay with the bats until the 31st. After that, then I want them gone. You know, if you're doing it, if you're housing, you know, what's a group of bats called? Like, you know how like a flock of crows is called a murder of crows or whatever it is. If you're housing a bunch of bats because of Halloween, because you're into that, that's great. But
stay away from me if you're doing that.
But November 1st, when the the glitz and glamour of the holiday season, at least that holiday is over, and it's time to safely remove them, give Alpha Animal Removal a call. They got your back.
When you're ready to sing Mariah Carey, "All I Want for Christmas Is You,"
12:01, November 1st.
Yes.
Early Saturday morning.
Yes.
You'll be belting it out of your car. I already see it.
Oh, man. But, again, thank you. Alpha Animal Removal. They do an unbelievable job. Home business. All that stuff.
Oh, it's great. And speaking of great, Perry. In this
Perry.
first half, man, dominant, 42-3. The offense looking great. Defense is going to be the thing, and this is something that Coach Gesevich told us before the game, because I asked him to be a defensive team first. Perry's defense has made the statement today against this offense for Hawken, holding Donovan Moorhead to under 100 yards in that first half, despite throwing the ball near 40 times. Kenny Obe had a couple big runs. He was kind of the lone bright spot offensively as far as big plays on offense, but Perry's defense, when it's come to pressure, coverage, and, of course, the interception returned for a touchdown by Carter Hopkins, who may be our player of the game to this point. I mean, it's been phenomenal. Credit to the Pirates.
You could start anywhere defensively, and you have a good story to tell. You know, up front, we talked about it, like, even if you don't sack Donovan Moorhead, you got to touch him. You got to create pressure. You got to disrupt his timing. And I thought from the second drive on, they did that. Linebackers are fast. They get to their spots. The bread and butter of getting the flat routes, drags, none of that's been working. The bubble, none of that has been working offensively because the linebackers are on point. And then the defensive backs, I think, have been standouts. How many times have we seen Donovan Moorhead have to hold on to the ball for longer than 5 seconds? Not because he's looking for an option, but he's always going to the third and fourth option because they're always covered because of the DBs. This Perry defense has had an outstanding first half.
It's been phenomenal on both sides of the football. Special teams, too. Return earlier in the game from Justin Costello, getting them in a great spot to be able to have a short field to score again. And Traxton Richards.
Yeah. Big game, Traxton.
He's getting nicknames in the booth already as a sophomore. We know the family lineage. We know Braden. We know McCoy, who got hurt earlier this season, what he's meant to this team, too. And kind of that emotional leader still hanging around and trying to get better and wishing him the best still. But the next line of Richards just making plays. He threw a 31-yard touchdown pass, 2 big catches for nearly 60 yards total. Defensively in the back end, making some stops and forcing some incompletions. He is all over the field, and it just goes to show that the athlete list on this Perry roster is so long and so impressive.
And they're smart players, too. Not to say that Hawkins not. They're full of smart players. But Perry's full of smart players. They know their assignments.
This one's going to be taken in by Wright as we're underway in the third quarter from his own 5-yard line. Tommy Wright brought down. And you'll notice, normally Charlie Mallett is back there returning kicks, too. He has not been today. He may be dealing with a few things and just kind of keeping them to one side just on the offensive end is interesting because normally we do see Mallett back there.
Well, the one thing we have not really mentioned, but it's been talked about throughout, the ranks and stuff here, the roster size for Hawken is a bit light, and it's been this way the entire season. It's not like they had drop-offs, but you almost have to limit what Mallett and your star players are doing.
All right, here we go. So running clock because it is a 30-point-plus game. Hawken trying to change that with the first few drives of this third quarter. Moorhead again in that shotgun passes. That one caught. Mallett makes the catch. Solid gain of about 14. That's his longest catch of the game.
And you just mentioned the running clock, something honestly I did not expect to say here tonight. But this is why this Hawken offense, get the plays in, move. It's got to be a sense of urgency, but a good start.
8 catches, 51 yards on the game for Charlie Mallett. His last 2 catches have gone for about 25 of it. So there you go. I mean, he's made the most of his marks in the past few. Obe with the carry up the middle. This time the defense closes in. Only about a yard for Kene Obe. He's got 7 for 52.
Yeah, he had a couple long runs, but
he was the source.
In.
Big plays in that first half, Double A. You mentioned it. I mean, he just was the only one making some big 15-plus, 20-yard-plus plays, a couple big runs.
But the linebackers are crashing, and the defense, they're stacking the box there.
Yeah, Hopkins was in on that tackle, too. He's been all over the field on both sides of the ball again. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Second down and a long 8 here. Here we go. Moorhead dropping back, looking. Pressure on his near side. That one's caught right over the middle, trying to cut back through, and he gets stopped. He kind of stuttered and didn't know where he was going on that because he got stuck in the middle. There was 3 jerseys around him. He didn't really have an avenue to try to work. So
yeah, he couldn't take, and it would have been a tough play to take a strong step and turn up the field because Obe had a key block, but it was at the next level, and Steve couldn't make it there.
5th catch of the game for Tommy Wright, just 21 yards. Again, getting completions.
Keep them all underneath. It's smart. It's smart.
No big plays, something Coach Gasevich talked about. I just don't want them to be able to spread us out and go over the top. 3rd and 4. Moorhead takes the snap, looking, quick throw, inside. That one's caught. Mallet gets the first down. He should by the marker. He needed about 4 and got about 5. Move the chains.
And this has not been a game where Hawken has, if you're just joining us, Hawken in the red here, it's not like they've done nothing offensively if you're just joining us. They've had a couple of drives. They've been driving down the field. It's just finishing the drives has been the issue.
Yeah. They've been able to get some first downs too, but just no big plays from this Hawken team on either side of the ball. First down for Moorhead. He's going to step up. Pump fake, good move. Got pressure on his back. He avoids it, throws. That one incomplete. He was near the line of scrimmage, and there it is.
That should be a flag.
That's illegal forward pass going to be called on Moorhead. He had the space to run, and again, we saw Moorhead do that in the first drive of the game. He had a 9-yard run when no one was open. And he can move. We've seen him be able to obviously navigate the pocket, run out. I wondered maybe if Coach Amarino tells him, like, hey, take off, slide.
I know it's a development, and this is the learning process, and you're going to watch the film tomorrow. He's going to see that because he hasn't been faced with this kind of challenge all season. So usually one of his receivers is open.
Should be a loss of down, I believe, too, with the illegal forward pass, but they haven't marked that yet. And there it is. It is 2nd down. Yeah, 5-yard penalty and a loss of down there. So 2nd and 15 now after getting that first down.
5-yard penalty on the Hawks, loss of down.
A couple of first downs on this opening drive. They now have to work again behind the sticks. Moorhead throw short. That one incomplete. Oh, Wright got nailed after the ball went through. Savon was there. My goodness.
Man.
Yeah, physicality, there you go.
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, the defense is... That's how you play it. That's how you play it.
Yeah, Wright had the ball in his hands, went through, and he felt the contact immediately after. That's been Tommy Wright's evening. Every time he seems to either touch the ball or get near it, he's getting hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same can be said for Charlie Mallet, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a lot of space to run in the open field, besides maybe a slant or two. 3rd down and long. Pressure, Moorhead gets tripped up and sacked.
3rd down, Moorhead looks to throw.
Big sack right there.
By number 8.
Renuzawicki, who gets back there, and the first time Moorhead gets brought down tonight, and a sack comes now in this 3rd quarter, and the punt unit is out.
I think the way the defense celebrated there, you think they won the state title right then and there. Just you're just doing everything right, but that's how tough it is to get Moorhead down, and they finally are able to do it.
Yeah, 6'6", nearly 220 pounds, and can move, can extend the pocket, make plays. Almost got away from that, too. That one almost blocked again on the edge, but it's a good punt. Ball is picked up by Richards. He cuts through. Trexton Richards still on his feet.
How
right
is he
side.
still up?
He's still going and brought down just before the 40.
How in the world?
He bobbled the kickoff. He broke the AA rules of special teams immediately. Didn't let the ball go. And he tried to make a return and did, and he ended up getting nearly 20 yards on the
How
return.
in the world did he stay up? It's Traxton Richards. I've seen enough plays from Traxton Richards this year. No, he can do something special.
We'll say special players make special plays, AA, and that's what he does. Traxton Richards, phenomenal. And he gets them great field position again past the 35. They're going to call him down officially at the 38. First down for this Perry offense, who has been able to do essentially whatever they've wanted on the offensive end. Trefsker again in that shotgun. The handoff to Ashburn, right side. He'll cut back. Ashburn turns upfield, still on his feet. Jimmy Ashburn down at midfield. Gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good football player. I mean, just when you think like, man, all the weapons. We've seen in the games that we've covered this year in overtime, like, all right, some of the other players step up, and then, oh, yeah, Jimmy Ashburn big play. He's doing it again here today.
All these guys usually good for 3 to 4 plays a game where you just kind of don't know what to say because it's just so good. But that's been Perry, the structure built by Coach Gesevich and company. Throw to the outside. That one incomplete over the head of Costello. Wright was out there on the coverage. Took a chance to the outside there.
Yeah, it's just a bit, mistiming there. I will say this. Credit to this Perry offensive line here, too. Like, just at least, giving this offense an opportunity, and more than an opportunity, they've been thriving with the operation of this offense.
It's been fun to watch. Not a lot of plays for this Perry offense.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
just a lot of execution, honestly. 2nd down and long near midfield. Keeper again, Tresker throws. That one's caught to Savant. He's got room. Look at Savant, caught his way through. Chase Savant's going to go. Touchdown. 49 yards on a bubble screen, slicing through the defense, and 6 more points for Perry.
How in the world did he just break through a second level? I mean, we're going to see it. We're going to watch it. First off, great catch. Great blocking, and he just took off long strides, getting the score. My goodness.
What a catch and run by Chase Savant. We talked about Luke last year, and now, wow.
This is stunning what we are witnessing here tonight.
Just a unbelievable show of offense and defense from the Perry Pirates. Extra point is up from Christinger, and it is good. 49-3 the score right here on CVC TV. And, of course, our presenting sponsor is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank our friends over at Greeny Sports Cards, the Northeast Ohio's largest buyer and seller of sports cards, and are looking to buy yours too. Whether you have just a few cards or a whole storage unit, set up your appointment through their website, greenysportscards.com. It's Greeny Sports Cards, always buying, always selling. And we're buying this Perry football team as they continue their dominant stretch. Remember, they've won 5 straight. Looking for a 6th tonight. They're well on their way.
I think all of Division 4 should be buying this Perry Pirates team. I really do. I mean, again, coming into today as the #1 seed in the region, Division 4, Region 13. With a win today, they will at worst be a 3rd seed, a 3 seed. But you're talking about, like, impressive. My goodness.
This has been awe-inspiring, the performance for Perry. We knew how much Hawken wanted this game coming in. Is the return going to be taken in now? That was Greenberg who got the return, switching it up a bit. Near the 30-yard line is where he'll go down. But Hawken had everything to play for in this game. AA mentioned they lost this matchup against Perry 7 straight times, trying to end a 17-game win streak for Perry in the Chagrin Division alone. These are Kirtland-type numbers we're seeing from Perry as far as what they've been able to do in this conference, in this division rather specifically, against Hawken, the team that last year, really good team, made the playoffs. A lot of momentum this year. Going to be a really good team. Obviously are a great team. Only 1 loss by 1 point in overtime to Madison earlier this year on their own 4-game win streak, but Perry's been able just to press all the right buttons today. Kene Obe turns the corner. He's going to get down near the 38-yard line as his good game continues.
Now, there is still a chance if you're eyeing, like, how the playoff field is going to look if you're Hawken. They came in today, Division 3, Region 9, as the 3 seed coming in. And according to Joe Idle, with a loss, they could still be between the 3 and the 5 line. Now, obviously, top 4 gets the bye next week. So there could be some scoreboard watching, kind of see how those other teams are doing.
Finish this one first as Obe gets another carry. Left side, he cuts back in the middle. Look at him, the physical run from Kene Obe near the 45-yard line down to the 44. 6 more and a first down for Obe. 9 carries, 66 yards. And you got to wonder, because we know Obe can run the football extremely well. Maybe it kind of alters a little bit of the game plan identity moving forward, because 41 pass attempts for Moorhead tonight, and you're going to be playing really good teams in the playoffs. maybe you kind of try to utilize zero a little bit more, running that football to even things out.
Oh, I agree with you 1,000%. I think you got to show that you can deliver a balanced offense and, kind of help your defense out too by staying on the field offensively in the playoffs.
The flag coming in, and I think it's going to be a false start.
Because I think, I'm sorry, Kyle, I think to your point, you're kind of seeing here today, you can't outscore everybody, right? And Hawken throughout the year has outscored a ton of teams and put up massive points, but you're going to have to play ball control a little bit in the playoffs and help out your defense and quite honestly help out your roster size. You face bigger teams in the postseason.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter on this running clock. Second half, 49-3 the score. Moorhead looking to pass, pressured again, this time short and complete. Great coverage right there. That was, I believe, Osborne who got the hand in.
Yeah, and there's no secret, obviously, Malice having a tough night, and that's just, it's tough, just not something you're expecting, but again, as a leader, what do you take away? What do you learn from this? And, your season does continue. It's not, again, it's not like it's an elimination game, this game. So you still got Saturday morning, to watch everything and get things back on track as they start their playoff run.
We're going to start the fourth quarter in a minute to score. 49-3, Perry on top of Hawken right here on CVC TV. You started the fourth quarter on the way here, 49-3 the score. Right here on CVC TV, the Perry Pirates on top of the home Hawken Hawks in Week 10, the final week of the regular season AA. We are counting down to postseason football. It's starting to finally feel like fall football now. I can't feel my hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's it's time.
Yeah, when the weather starts to become uncomfortable, it's almost time.
Do you have this problem too? So every year I have to buy new gloves because I do not know where I put my gloves from last year. We get so honked down to when it gets really warm out. Like we get lucky now. Sometimes like in April it can get really nice, and then I just forget where I put them.
Well, I feel bad for our crew usually this time of the year, our production team, because it's like, did you bring the correct hand warmers? Did your hand warmers make it through the entirety of the game?
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't. So it does.
Sometimes for sport, the cameraman at halftime will throw them at Pete. Like it's a whole crazy thing.
I think that happens every week.
Yeah. That happens in August.
Yeah. When we were here, the first game we were here, I think it was week 2.
Yeah.
Hawken and Berkshire. I wore a jacket here. Like
It was a little chilly that night.
It was a little chilly. Yeah. But I'll take that over tonight.
Yeah, we're hanging. That 40-degree marker is like hanging on by a thread. We're dropping to the 30s tonight possibly.
But at least this game today is not at Perry, because I saw in the 19 first alert, I saw Jason Nicholas talk about Jeff Tanchek, lake effect rain.
Oh, that's a sentence you don't want to hear at all.
Man.
Like maybe ever.
Never.
Second down for Moorhead. He's under pressure. It's a screen pass. It's caught. Here comes Obey. He's got room. Kenny Obey cuts upfield. There goes Obey. Down the middle. Right side. One man to beat. Long. He's going to go. Lays out. And he's in. Kenny Obey on the screen. 60 yards for a touchdown. Hawken shows some life here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, that's incredible to see. Let's watch the replay. An identification of the screen. The blockers, all of them did a great job. And this young man right here did the rest, reaching over to get the score. And way to keep his team engaged.
I'm going to say what everyone's thinking now. Could someone call Eddie George and get him back?
Yeah.
He missed a great play.
Mm-hmm. Eddie George, of course, taking photos with some fans during the halftime.
Including my broadcast partner.
Then he left. Bowling Green got a game against Kent State tomorrow.
Kick is on the way. It's not like he was kicking a boulder down there, and it is good.
That's the other thing about the cold weather. You can hear the kicks of the football.
Hawken gets into the end zone for the first time, and now it is 49-10 here on CVC TV. Help transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. They've been family-owned for over 36 years and provide top-notch fence installation services in Northeast Ohio. Specialize in everything from residential, commercial, and industrial fencing and offer a wide range of options, including chain link, aluminum, vinyl, and wood, too. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
Want to let our fans know, check out ChagrinValleyConference.com this weekend to see where your teams, see who they're going to play in the playoffs. Remember, again, new format of the playoffs. Top 4 get a bye. More than likely, both of these teams will have a bye. So we'll see who will be in contention Week 11 and Week 12 on ChagrinValleyConference.com.
A couple of games coming up here for you guys, playoff action. Taken by Crowfoot. He's going to lower his shoulder and get down to about the 43, 44-yard line. And Carter Crowfoot, the sophomore. We talk about defensive impact players. He's a name you're going to hear. You're going to hear, obviously, Carter Hopkins. Next year, too, the junior, going to be a senior. And, of course, Trexton Richards, Nate Trefsker, this whole group. Going to be fun to watch for years to come here at Perry.
Definitely. You know, and Perry has a bright future, of course. Can't help but think of, McCoy Richards, though. Of course, that knee injury we saw, or the leg injury, saw it against Kirtland. Senior quarterback, not getting an opportunity to be on the field with these guys, but still with the team.
Be a handoff on the inside. As the backups are in, Cam Austin gets the carry. He'll get a yard or two. It was Nolan Andrzejak who was now in the game at quarterback.
I cannot, say enough times, like, this game and this result right now with Perry, like, this is honestly amazing what they've been able to do here tonight. This is a really, really phenomenal Hawken football team they're doing this against.
Yeah, timeout taken by the Hawks. 9 minutes to go on that running clock. 49-10 the score. So expecting the score to remain, the difference to remain the same at the end.
And I think they got some subs on their end too, perhaps.
Yeah, they were kind of waiting. It's one of those things where who's going to budge first and pull the guys out. But again, we talked to Coach Imarino before the game double A, and he said, hey, 31 guys on the roster, we dressed 27 for varsity football. So you don't really have a lot of reserves across the board. So some guys have to play the majority of the game. Only a handful of players get a chance to maybe take a rest here. But still, impressive season for Hawken. They're going to fall to 8-2 today.
I mean, this is going to be their first loss in regulation this season. I mean, again, we talked earlier, the lone loss was against Madison in overtime.
Madison was guaranteed to have a winning season, too, this year. Little pass. That one's caught. Spun down after a first down run. It's Alex Searson, the freshman, who makes the catch and moves the chain. So some good playing experience out there now for a couple of freshmen, Andrzejak and Searman. I'm going to reserve the right not to call him Vanderjack because I was a Colts kicker all those years ago.
Oh, man. Is he known for a great career or the one kick that he missed against Pittsburgh?
That's unfortunate.
I mean, we was talking about him as high up as Adam Vinatieri at one point.
We were. He was above Adam Vinatieri for a little bit. Cam Austin with the carry. And just the toughness of Perry. He just won't go down. We've seen Cam Austin a few weeks ago, too, have a couple big plays.
Yes, we did. Yep.
Against Harvey, too, he was able to make some moves. And that was when the game was still kind of in question.
But Perry getting themselves ready. They're locked into that top 4. Week 11 bye to rest up. They're in a tough region, by the way. Division 4, Region 13. Glenville comes into tonight as the 2 seed. They got a matchup, I believe, tomorrow against Rhodes in the Senate League. He should handle business decisively.
We'll throw to the outside. That one caught. Good catch out there. Needs a wiki with the catch, and I'll tell you what, I mean, Anderjack looks pretty, confident.
Yeah, he
throwing the
does.
football. He's slinging it around.
Yeah, he does.
Freshman quarterback, just 5'6", 125 on the roster. Remember, these rosters were submitted back before week 1.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's room for growth in the 10 weeks since then. It'll be 3rd and short. Under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Perry continues to move the ball down the field. Handoff, Austin up the middle, still going through, lowering his shoulder inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. Give him 11 big yards, Cam Austin.
We always say, like, the tape don't lie, and no matter the score, like, you got to play at your absolute best. That is the type of run that you're saying, hey, I want more playing time.
Yeah, 5'10", 180, the sophomore Cam Austin. I mean, he's got great size at the running back position, and he's showing off right now, making the most of the opportunity here in this game late. Anderjack, little screen pass again. That one's caught. Cutting his way through, finding it inside the 20. That was Anthony Howe, the sophomore, who made the catch, number 15. Running off the field now. Gain of about 9 on the catch.
And you also think, too, like at this time of the year, while the varsity team keeps going on the field, of course, the JV teams, they in their season now. So these young guys, they want all these reps. And in particular, they want the playing time in the playoffs.
5.5 to go in the game. 2nd and 1. Inside the red zone again are the Pirates. Anderjack going to keep this one himself. He's going the right side. Turns upfield. He turns the corner. He's in. There's a penalty that came in late. And there is holding on Perry. So White touchdown off the board. Would have been a big run for the freshman to get score a varsity touchdown.
Yeah, that was really good blocking for a reason.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, we've seen now this young man lead this drive and look pretty confident.
Yes, he does.
I know there's some subs in, obviously, down on the Hawken sideline, too, but this is a freshman who came in and looked pretty impressive. I mean, the future is so bright. And don't forget, if you need him, Traxton Richards could always play quarterback after next season, too.
He
so,
could.
I mean, you've got options down the board that all seem like the sky could still be the limit for this Perry team.
And doesn't help that your current number 1 starting quarterback is only a junior right now.
Yeah, Trefsker going to be back next year, of course. Locked into that starting role. Great game for Nate Trefsker. Throw to the outside. That one caught again. Got out to around the 20-yard line. It's Roman Sigeti, another freshman receiver, with the catch.
Doing a great job, of course. And I know the ones are not in right now, but the story still remains the same. Who on the defensive side for Hawken? Who's going to communicate? Who's going to make those big plays, make that impression? Does the same things on the line. With the smaller roster size, I'm sure the coaching staff want to put more players in for the playoffs.
Experience is experience. 3rd down, carry short. Austin lowers the shoulder. Past the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Austin moves the chains again, another 5 yards.
Yeah, just good operation in the offense. Communicating. And this is good, too, because, now, the head coach, the coordinators, you have direct communication now with the guys on the coaching staff. You're a young guy, and they have their eyes on you.
Well, reps and experience are great no matter what time of game it is. On both sides of this now, you get some opportunities to see who can handle what situations too, how well they do, what to work on, and just build that muscle memory and those repetitions on this level. There'll be a handoff, left side, huge hit.
Good tackle.
I think that was J.P. Hours.
Yeah, that was a good tackle.
He was in there, so was Xavier Blunt was in there too. Gain of 3 on the end around to Sigeti, the freshman. So 2nd down, 2.5 minutes to go in the game. So again, the Pirates going to improve to 8-2 on the season AA. Their only 2 losses coming to a I think we can. I don't know if Kirtland's officially undefeated, but what a year they've had.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Chardon, one of the other powerhouses that's going to be joining the CVC next year. Got a little bit of preview.
Yeah,
of them.
Yeah, you got film now on them too.
Quick pass to the outside is caught. Not much there. Down to about the 10-yard line. The catch on the outside by Dominic Marino.
But I mean, think about like when you have that opportunity, early in the season, the Kirtland week is week 3 every single year. Like the Perry team that we saw at Kirtland High this year, that is not what I'm seeing here tonight. I mean, and even though that team is a great team, the team we're seeing here tonight could legitimately go deep here in these playoffs.
They've shown they can do it before. I mean, it was a bit of a different team then in 2023, but momentum, potential, all there. Yeah, pass, roll out, end zone, throws up, bobbled, and did he bring it in? He did, touchdown.
How about that?
So Howe caught it. It was bobbled. Look at
Watch
this play.
How about it? First off, good throw. Let's see. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
So, hold up.
So it was
Durham.
Landon Durham had it.
Uh-huh.
It couldn't bring it in.
But the ball never hit the ground.
And Howe was in the right place, right time, gets the touchdown catch.
How about that?
So it ends up being a touchdown catch for the sophomore, Howe. And then how about that for Andrew Jack? He gets his first touchdown pass.
How about that?
As a varsity player, impressive.
You know they're going to talk about that like in the film room, like, I took your touchdown.
There'll be some light teasing.
Oh, man, they're going to talk about that.
Especially because Durham's a freshman. Lost the snap there, so they downed him. So
yeah, I don't think the snap was ever clean. Remember, we got a running clock too, so they might do a kickoff and call it a day here.
Yeah, 20 seconds remaining. 55-10 is the score after no kick there. Perry Pirates with a statement here in Week 10 ahead of what will most assuredly be a first-round bye for the Pirates.
Yeah, they have the first round locked in. There is a chance Hawken could also still have a first-round bye, but they could fall to as low as the 5th seed, which then means they're going to play here next week if they are the 5th seed.
We may be coming back. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Of course, make sure you guys tune in. And they're actually going to run the clock and call it. Teams have decided to let it go. The final score, 55-10. The visiting Perry Pirates get the job done in a big way over the home Hawken Hawks right here on CVC TV. Double A, your final thoughts on the game tonight?
Let me start with Hawken. Obviously, nothing went right here today, but at least this is a game where if there's ever a time to face adversity, figure out what didn't work, and try to overcome it, you have that opportunity. You're still in the playoffs. You still have a strong chance to get that first round bye and rest. So that's good for them. It's going to be. The coaches are going to have a decision to make, though. Do you just, do you fully evaluate this tape, you show this to the players, or do you burn it?
Well, it depends on who you ask.
It depends on who you ask, yes. I mean, if you're Hawken. But, just things didn't go right, but you have an opportunity. For Perry, everything went right. Everything. We talked before the second half started about how this defense really, really clamped down at every level. Defensive line, linebacker, defensive backs, and it's true throughout. I mean, you got pressure on Moorhead, linebackers all over the field, and then the DBs shut down the elite receivers that Hawken has, on their team. But same for Perry, this first round bye is going to be interesting because we've never had this format before. In the past it's been top 8. Then since COVID it's been top 16. So you keep going. We could see some upsets throughout high school football in the playoffs because how can teams 1 through 4, who's going to be on a bye next week, do you keep, you got to keep them practicing, but also it's the rest factor too. So, but overall, phenomenal victory for Perry tonight.
Great job, and of course, our CVC TV player of the game tonight. Let's give it to him because he made an impact on both sides of the football. Carter Hopkins He did run for 62 yards and a touchdown, had the interception return for a touchdown. Momentum shifts. He was the key with that. Travis had a great game, too. Obviously, you can get on the list. There's a bunch of guys that had a great game for Perry. When you see the score, you know it. But nevertheless, Carter Hawkins, our CVC TV player of the game. It's been a pleasure for us to call a regular season for you. We'll be back next week. It is playoff football right here on CVC TV. Again, for Kyle Cornell, Anthony Alfred, I want to thank our entire team and, of course, you for watching.
Thank you, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, all regular season long, for having our coverage.
Yep, and we will see you guys next week right here. Have a great weekend.